Okay, hi everyone. So yes, we actually changed our title, but the idea of kind of motivating this project is we wanted to see the impact of submarine volcanism on habitability, especially considering that since it's so far removed from the surface, these kinds of events often go unnoticed. This project involved myself, Kelly, Anna, and Mengyang. And so just to back up even more, the real motivation behind this is that ocean worlds such as Europa and Enceladus are prime targets to look for extraterrestrial life, but to really prepare so that we can kind of get all the information that we would like for any mission to there, we need a better understanding of how geologic activity can impact habitability and potentially any biological activity in such a world. And fortunately, there's loads of data that we can leverage of Earth's oceans to try to get at what that link could be. However, unfortunately, a lot of them are behind websites that are really difficult to navigate or are really intimidating. So including the data sets that we're using, which is from the regional cabled array and satellite data, including that from the MODIS satellite. And so we were kind of hoping to develop Jupyter notebooks that one could make it really easy for someone to query the cabled array data and also query satellite data. And then we tried to put it all together into a user-friendly Flask app for people to use. And with that, I'll hand it off to Kelly.
Thanks. I'm gonna share. Oh, I can't share my screen yet. Okay, I think now I can. I'm gonna show their. Where is it here? This one. So Laura will show how Flask and the OI data array gets synced in the Flask app immediately after, but sometimes making sense of satellite information in relation to an individual site can be really hard. I guess just to conceptualize and gauge. So what I did with this Jupyter notebook is currently on my photograph to do a pull request, is it kind of walks through visualizing the axial seamount, using a lot of the code that was shown to us during the tutorials, finding array data within the bounding box, and then extracting cabled array information. Mengyang put together a really nice function that not only does individual arrays, but an assortment at this specific axial site. So you can kind of walk through these steps there. For satellite information, what I did was adapt the ERDAPI server code to interface with NOAA's Coast Watch. So this is just a function where you can put the dataset ID, which you can find on the ERDAP sites. I made some suggestions on what types of things that might be interesting. So for biological activity, something like chlorophyll A, fluorescence line height, normalized water leaving radiance in the red band to get a sense of potential redshift, but also an assortment of others. And then essentially you put the mount site, the query start date, add in like a degree padding to set up a bounding box, reference a particular node, and then you would be able to pull that satellite information into an X array. So this is where I run it. And then this is just exploring satellite data sets using a lot of the cool visualizations things we learned yesterday. So maybe looking at an individual image, looking at time series, looking at varying latitude and longitude tracks along the axial seamount, and then getting some, and using some of the cool visualization tools and whatnot we learned about. So this should step through changes in chlorophyll, and then we can do the same for the other variables as well, sea surface temperature and all of these things. So I'm going to stop share and turn it back over to you, Laura.
And you have 45 seconds.
Okay, so this is the Flask app that we made that right now has basically is leveraging the code that we had to query for the cabled array data. So you can go to it and you can select if you have an idea of when the event was. So in our case, we knew that there was an event, there was an eruption at axial seamount in April 2015. So you can select the dates you want to query the information from. You can select the variable to plot, and then you just hit plot data and it plots it. So you can see here, there wasn't a lot of chlorophyll before the eruption, and then afterwards there was a lot more biological activity, and then it kind of drops off. And then what we've also managed to get in there, if I can scroll down, is you can plot and see where the data is actually being pulled from. And yeah, that's all I have.
Awesome. Thank you.